Awesome. All right. Does anyone second that motion?
I, Nikisha Henry, second.
Okay. So I see that another parent has seconded the motion. Would anyone else like to be the election chair? All right. Do you see any hands, Mr. Leader?
I do not.
Okay. There are no more nominations. So Ms. Moretta will now become the host of this meeting. Please provide your email in the chat so that the information needed will be sent to you. While that is taking place, we will now need a note taker. This person will be responsible for keeping track of election start time and people nominated for each position. Be prepared to have a pen and paper ready. You will also repeat the nominees to the group before each election takes place.
So I actually have a template that I can give access to whoever decides to be note taker. So just so you know, you don't have to write anything down. I have a template and you'll be able to access that.
So would anyone be interested in being the note taker?
Anyone not running for a position?
Leader says he has a nice template, gonna make it nice and easy for you. Anybody just taking notes? Because we can't move forward until we have somebody.
I'm sorry, I'm driving, or I would have done it for you.
Oh, thank you though for offering.
Am I able to run for both?
Can that happen, Mr. Leader? Can she do both?
What, note taker and run for an executive board position?
Or note taker and be the host, the election chair?
I don't see that there was ever a reason they couldn't.
Okay, so sounds good to me. All right. So you can be the election chair as well as the note taker. Thank you very much. Does anyone second that motion?
I second the motion.
Thank you so much. I see that another parent has seconded the motion. Is there anybody else who would like to be the note taker? I think we already know the answer to that. So, okay, there are no more nominations. Ms. Moretta, you will be the note taker as well for this meeting. Now that we have an election chair and note taker, or should I say / note taker, I will pass the floor over to your election chair, Ms. Moretta.
All right, so let me give you, Ms. Moretta, you are 602-2514, right? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you host. What's going on here? Gotta love technology. Why isn't this letting me? Oh, maybe I gotta take Mr. McGee off his host.
You can email it if that makes it easier.
Well, I still have to give you host access.
Okay.
All right. Let me just. Where's what's your email? Send me your email in the chat.
Need me to make her a co-host, Mr. Leader?
It's not, for some reason, it's not letting me do the co-host.
It look like it's allowing me to do it. Let me see.
Oh, maybe.
Yep, it says she's a
Yes,
co-host.
it worked.
Okay, that works. All right. You send me your email. All right, should be going to your email now. Does anybody have any questions about anything while we're waiting? You have your parent coordinator, you have your assistant principal, and you have your principal all here right now. So if you have any questions before we get started or while we're waiting, feel free to ask.
Not a question, but I do have my annual plea that I make to the folks that are running for position on the board. I just want to let you all know that you will most certainly receive a call from me regarding joining our SLT, which is a very special group of individuals that get to work with equal parts of school staff and parents, and we basically, work to come up with a nice plan for the school. And we do have some limited say over the use of some funds and how they might be made use of effectively within the school community. The meetings will take place once a month. Not sure if I can do in person. I'll clear that with Big Boss after this meeting, but we have
You can,
pre-COVID.
if they'd
Oh,
like.
we can?
Yep,
Okay. So we can do it in person again. That's how we used to do it before COVID. And, we would often have light refreshments, some soda, some pizza, some gourmet pizza, and of course, some great conversation about what we can do to better service our students in the building. So look forward to me harassing you to be a part of that committee as well. We'll need at least 5 parent members, and that will be joined alongside 5 staff members, okay?
thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Did you get my message? Madam Chairperson?
Yes, I got it.
All right, so
I just
whenever
just
you,
printed it out to make it easier.
yeah, so whenever you are ready, you can start off the script.
Okay, so a quick question regarding the template that you just sent me. The first one is principal call the meeting to order. That was previously, right?
That's just the template. So don't worry about that. We'll just fill in the information as we go along, like what happened as far as according to the script. So this secretary nominee number 1 was nominated. Secretary nominee accepted nomination like that.
I'm wondering if I got the wrong document. 1 second.
Wait, Mr. Leader, wouldn't she start with reading under where it says election chairperson?
Yeah, so you have the document that I sent you with the script.
So under where it says election chairperson, says election chair, thank you, good evening, and welcome.
Right.
That's where you should start, ma'am. So you have to scroll down. It's on the 5th page of that document.
I don't think that's what I received. This one says Parent Association, Pelham Garden, election minutes, and call to order.
Let me send you the script again, because I gave you the script earlier. Let me give you the script again.
Okay.
Just read my note in the chat that I sent to you.
We're already
Okay,
getting
got
some
it.
parents sending messages about being interested in SLT. Thank you very much. Please feel free to do that. I'm writing those names down now. Any parents who are already interested in being SLT, you can definitely let us know here. This way you can avoid Mr. Morgan harassing you by phone. You can just let us know right now that you are indeed interested in being a part of SLT.
I got kicked out for a few moments, so I'm sorry, I missed what SLT was.
Mr. Morgan, can you give a very brief refresher on what SLT is, Mr. Morgan? If you're speaking, Mr. Morgan, you're on mute.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the button. Yeah, so the SLT is the school leadership team. And it's comprised of, at the very least, 10 members. It has to be equal parts staff and parent members. And typically, historically, at least at this school, it's a place where we meet. It typically consists of, at the very least, the president of the PA, and there's usually another member from the PA board that is a part of the SOT parent membership team. And, there might be just some parents at large that join as well that are, just heavily committed to the school. And you could expect to, be meeting with staff members just to discuss issues arising in PA meetings, things that you might want us to address with the staff and, bring to a larger forum to make sure that the staff is aware of parent concerns and gripes, and, ways for us to remedy the situation in the school to service all of the students. So it's not a place to bring issues, concerns about one in particular student, but you might say for a group of students, whether it's students with learning disabilities or English language learners, right? And so we might talk about ways to problem solve issues around groups of students in our school community. And aside from that, you might be tasked with, coming in and helping out with any, activities that we have in the school. We might need some parent volunteers to assist us, and essentially you will be a higher staked parent member that's involved in the community because you have the ear of myself on a regular basis, and you will be tasked with assisting the school to be a better place on a regular basis.
I'm interested in that. Thank you.
I see a couple folks that have responded to chat that they're interested. So, Mr. Leader, you do know who the parents are because I know you switched everyone's name to code for voting purposes. So if you could just let me know offline after
What
this
I'm
meeting.
doing, Mr. Morgan, people who are saying that they're interested, I'm requesting their name and their child's name, and they're responding to me, and I'm recording all that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You got it.
All right, so Madam Chair, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So take it away whenever you're ready from election chairperson on the script.
Oh, that is a new document you sent me. I'm sorry, give me 1 second.
That's fine. The election chairperson is probably the hardest job in the PA because you got to read this script and you got to go through this process to make sure that the whole election process actually happens. And there's not a lot of time usually between the time that they get the script to the time that the elections are. So
So I want to say welcome everyone to 2023-2024 Parent Association elections. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Before we begin, I would like to share with you our voting protocols, which is virtual this time. And I would like to remind everyone that they should have provided in the chat their verification code as well as rename themselves, which we already did. If you're calling by phone, I will state that the last 4 digits of your number and ask that you identify yourself. Does that apply? I'm not sure, Mr. Leader.
I think we renamed
So
everybody.
we can rename. Okay. I would like to remind everyone that we will acknowledge nominations from the chat as well as hand raised. Our note taker, which is myself, will pay attention to that chat. I'll be sharing the screen as well as reading out loud the description of each position before I take nominations. If you would like to nominate someone or yourself, you will simply raise your hand or write it in the chat. Before we begin, does anyone have a question?
There's 3 parents that I need to rename.
Okay, wait for that.
Yeah, let me just rename them really quick. Now I got the hang of it. I have like multiple windows open here, so just bear with me. Oh, you got kicked out, that's why. One second, everybody. And all right, you can continue now. I'm going to get to the last parent now. You can continue, Madam Chair.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, great. So we will now begin the election nomination process. The time is 6:27 p.m. and election will begin. Today, we will be taking nominations from the floor for the following positions: President, Secretary, Treasurer, and Vice President. I will now share the screen for the roles of the President.
Give me give me 1 second. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
And that's see the role of the president, correct?
Correct.
All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
You want to read that, Madam Chair?
I'm sorry, you broke off. Repeat that.
I said you want to read that for the parents?
I think there's a bad connection. I couldn't hear what you said.
I said, do you want to read that for the parents?
Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, so the role of the PA president, the president shall preside at all meetings of the association and shall be an ex officio member of all committees except the nominating committee. The president shall appoint chairperson of association committees with the approval of the executive board. The president shall delegate responsibility to other association members and shall encourage meaningful participation in all parents and school activities. The president shall attend all regular meetings of the president's council and shall be a mandatory member of the school leadership team. The president shall meet regularly with the executive board members in accordance with these bylaws to plan the agendas for the general meeting, membership meeting. The president shall be one of the eligible
Signatories.
signatories on checks. The president shall assist with June transfer of association records of the upcoming executive board. Great. Okay. So now we'll begin nomination for secretary.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're all tired here. Let me share my screen again so you can read the other roles. I'm a little slow today, everybody. It's been a long day. I'm sorry about that. Let me share my screen again. And, all right, treasurer, I'm sorry. So you can read that too.
Loading.
There may be a connection issue, Mr. Lee. Do you want me to just go ahead and read it?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Role of the PA Treasurer. The Treasurer shall be responsible for all financial affairs and funds of the association. The Treasurer shall also be responsible for maintaining an updated record of all income and expenditures on school premises and shall be one of the signatories on checks. The Treasurer shall adhere to and implement all financial procedures established by the association. The Treasurer shall prepare and present a written report of all transactions at every executive board and general membership meeting. This report must include income, refunds, reimbursements, and other expenditures and opening and closing balances for the reporting period. The Treasurer shall also prepare the association's interim and annual financial reports. The Treasurer shall make available all books and financial records for viewing by members upon request and for audit. The Treasurer shall assist with the June transfer of all association records to the incoming executive board. And then role of the PA Secretary. The recording secretary shall record minutes at all association meetings. The recording secretary's responsibilities shall include the preparation of notices, agendas, sign-in sheets, and materials for distribution. The recording secretary shall prepare and read the minutes of each association meeting and shall distribute copies of the minutes at the next scheduled meeting for review and approval by the general membership. The recording secretary shall maintain custody of the association's records on school premises. The recording secretary shall incorporate all amendments into the bylaws and shall ensure that the signed copies of the bylaws with the latest amendments are on file in the principal's office. The recording secretary shall be responsible for reviewing, maintaining, and responding to all correspondence addressed to the association. The recording secretary shall assist with the June transfer of all association records to the incoming executive board. All right, first vice president. Role of the PA first vice president. The first vice president shall assist the president and shall assume the president's duties in his or her temporary absence or at the president's request. The first vice president shall oversee the membership committee and all subcommittees. Second vice president. Role of the PA second vice president. The second vice president shall assist the first vice president and shall assume the first vice president's duties in his or her temporary absence or at the first vice president's request. The second vice president shall oversee the A subcommittees. Third vice president, role of the PA third vice president. The third vice president shall assist the second vice president and shall assume the second vice president's duties in his or her temporary absence or at the second vice president's request. The third vice president shall oversee the A subcommittees. So join the PA sub, oh, don't have to do that part?
No.
Okay,
They can look at the subcommittees later.
okay.
Get through this. This is one. Okay, Madam Chair, you can continue.
Great. So now we'll begin the nominations for secretary. Is there a nomination for secretary? No, sorry.
You can raise your hand in the chat and you can just speak and say something really quick. What grade your child's in and why you want to be part of the board.
I would like to nominate myself for secretary. My name is Shanae Matos. I'm the parent of Lucas Gonzalez. He's a new PGMS student, a sixth grader. I think parents should be their child's biggest advocate, and I think the best way to do that is through active participation in their education and the school community.
Anyone else? Anyone else would like to run for the secretary position?
I believe there were two more people. If they're not gonna speak up or nominate themselves, then I can remove them from the candidacy from the polls.
Okay.
So they're not speaking. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, but the removal of the names, that got all a little bit confusing. So can you repeat your name one more time, please? The person who's running for secretary?
Or Shanae Matos.
Shanae Matos?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So Shanae Matos is the only person nominating herself. So
All right, so I guess we'll put up the poll.
please unmute yourself and let us know that you accept the nomination.
We should have about 5 more votes. Did everybody vote? I'll close it in 15 seconds.
I'm sorry, Mr. Leader. I'm trying to see how it works. Maybe because I have my screen minimized, I can't even see it.
It should just pop up on your screen. It says, who is your choice for secretary? And then it just has,
It did, but it went away because I have my screen minimized.
were you able to find it?
No. Okay.
Were you able to vote?
No.
You're on a computer?
No, I'm on the phone.
All right, I'll end the poll. I'm not sure like what your phone is like, so I'm gonna end the poll now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna share the
Oh,
results.
there we go.
Can everyone see the results?
Yes.
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 Okay.
So 100% of the votes are
Congratulations.
for Ms. Matos.
All right, yeah, you can continue.
Ms. Matos, do you accept the position?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does anyone second the motion?
I, Nikisha Henry, second the motion.
Thank you.
I second the motion.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Matos, for accepting the nomination.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. All right. You can continue.
Okay, so now we shall begin the nomination for treasurer. Is there any nominations for treasurer? You can raise your hand or write it on the chat. Unmute yourself.
So we did have one parent, Miss Heath. Are you on?
She's in the chat, I believe. I'm unable to open or something. I see someone saying in the chat, Benica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danica Heath. Can you text Miss Heath? Or is she unable to do that as well?
Well, she typed in the chat
She's
that
text-
she would like to run for treasurer.
Oh, okay.
What is the name of the parent? I'm sorry.
Venica Heath. Venica Heath. Venica, Heath. Heath.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Benica Heath. Anybody else would like to also run for treasurer? Okay,
All right. I'll put the poll up.
so would you proceed with the votes?
All right, I'll give it another 30 seconds for everyone to cast their vote. All right, 5 seconds. All right, polls ending. Sharing results. Can everybody see the results?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
100% of the votes are for Venica Heath for treasurer. Do you accept the position?
Yeah, she typed in the chat, I accept
Okay.
it.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Anybody second that?
I second that.
Great, thank you.
Okay,
The second that.
right, I'm going to. Okay. All righty, so you
Shall we
can
proceed?
proceed.
Great. So now we are going to begin the nomination for president. Anyone would like to run for president? And please unmute yourself, write it on the chat, raise your hand.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne. My son is in 7th grade, and I would like to nominate myself for president.
Anybody else? No, there's nothing in the chat.
All right. We had a second. Second.
Should proceed with the votes now.
Yep, I'm going to up the poll. All right, I'll give you 30 seconds, give everybody a chance to cast their vote. All right, I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to share the results. Everybody see the results?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 100% of the votes were for Miss Cheyenne.
Thank you. I accept the position.
Right. Anybody second that?
I second.
Great.
I second it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the results. Okay, you can proceed to Vice President.
Okay, now we're going to proceed with the vice president nominees. If anyone would like to run, please raise your hand, unmute yourself, write it in the chat.
Hi, my name is Serena. I also share the same sentiment as Ms. Matos. I'm new to the PGMS family, so is my son, Jacob. He's in class 603. I also feel like we're our biggest voice and advocate for our children. And I nominate myself for vice president. At the end of the day, to make change, you have to be part of it. So I nominate myself.
Great, thank you. Anyone else? Okay. No one else. We're going to move on to the voting.
All right. All right, I'll give it another 15 seconds. All right, I'm gonna end the poll. I'm gonna share the results.
Okay, 100% of the votes are for Serena Rodriguez. Congratulations. Do you accept the
Thank you.
position?
Yes, thank you. I accept the position.
Great. Anybody second that?
I second that.
I second that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, you can continue. Summarize and adjourn.
Do you have a list of the names that you can share?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a list of the names that you can share?
Uh,
Will there be a VP too?
well, nobody ran for vice president, so there's just one vice president. Did somebody else want to run for vice president? The second vice president?
I would like to run for the second vice president, Tahisha.
All right, hold on. Said something before I. Give me 1 second. Uh, your child is in 6th grade, ma'am?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Ms. Terry, your child is in 6th grade?
Tremaine, sixth grade.
All right, I'm gonna launch the poll. All right, I'm gonna type in the chat everybody's name so you can announce it, Madam Chair. I'm gonna share the results. I'm gonna end the poll and I'm gonna share the results. Can everybody see the results?
Yeah.
All right, give me like 1 minute just to type the names in the chat so our chairperson can read them out loud so everybody knows who their new executive board is.
So 100% of the votes went to Ms. Tahisha Perry. Do you accept the position?
Thank you. I accept the position.
Great, welcome. Anybody second that?
I second that.
Second.
Thank you. Thanks. Wait, we'll wait for a minute to announce the
While
nominees.
Mr. is doing that, can I ask the participants, how many of you would be able to meet in person? Because if we imagine we were doing this in person and not dealing with all this technology, it would have went by a lot faster, So how
I
many
prefer in person.
Absolutely.
you prefer, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
sounds
I
like a lot
prefer
of us
in
were in
person.
agreement, right? We could do this in person. We'll order some pizza,
Absolutely.
we'll make it a thing, a lot more interactive. Yeah, just like with SLT, we want to go back to doing this in person because all this technology stuff, it just adds more time and we'd rather spend the time focusing on. So I'm glad to hear that it sounds like you
Agreed,
guys
absolutely.
are more than
Me
willing
too.
to come into the
Yeah,
building.
this is
Nice to
stressful.
socialize.
I'm multitasking right now. This is very stressful.
Yeah, I know. I see you, Mr.
Brown?
Lee. So yeah, I see it. But
Um,
without all the technology, this would have gone by so quick. And I think that it's just, I think a lot of us are over the Zoom meetings and things like that. So we could do this.
Very much. Very much.
Okay, good. Glad we're all on the same page with that.
And shout out to Mr. Leader for handling all these windows and
And
you
he's not
know,
joking. He's in my
multitasking.
office on about 3 different computer screens right now. So he's not
Yeah.
joking. He's on multiple screens.
thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I want to make sure this goes smoothly and that we get a good board. So, about the school and the kids. All right. I'm going to send you, Madam Chair, the results. President, treasurer, secretary, first vice president, second vice president. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing. And go ahead, you can read the new executive board members. You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. So thank you to all the attending today for the election. Just to recap, for the school year of 2023-2024, our new PA Executive Board members are Shanid as president, Xenia, treasurer, Vanika Heath. Sorry, 1 second. Got a little confusing with the, okay. So president is Shanika Zilaya, treasurer Vanika Heath, secretary Shanae Matos, first vice president Serena Rodriguez, and second vice president Miss Perry. Wow. So
The
congratulations
president-
to all.
I'm sorry. Did you say the president was?
Cheyenne's right? Is that
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So congratulations to all. The executive board members need to share their contact information with the parent coordinator, Mr. Leader, to be uploaded into the system. Now, Mr. Leader will briefly address the parents about students' awards for your attendance, and a quick matter Principal McGee wanted to address with parents. I believe we did that already.
We did that already. So really quick, I want to say two things. So we actually hit a milestone this time because this is the first time that we not only have a full board of the 3 mandatory positions, but we also have 2 vice presidents. So we have a full board plus 2 vice presidents. So we now have a really full board. So that's awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
First time ever in the 12 years that the school's been up. 12 years, I think the school's been here. Okay. So that's definitely a milestone, definitely something that we should all be proud of. We all contributed to this. So, you know, everybody should give themselves a round of applause for being a part of this.
Indeed.
Okay, snap it up, clap, clap. All right. So there was one thing that Mr. McGee wanted us to, or wanted the parents to vote on as far as turning the PA, which is a parent association, which is basically the parents running the association, change it from a PA to a PTA, meaning that teachers are involved. So I have a poll up for you guys to vote on whether you want to keep it a PA with just the parents, or you want to make it into vote for it to be a PTA and involve teachers as well. So I'm going to launch the poll now. And you can vote either way.
I still can't put discount my vote in.
You still can't do it?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna close the poll in about 10 seconds. All right, I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to share the results. So you guys have voted in favor 92%, 12 out of 13 voters to change the PA to a PTA. Okay, because Mr. McGee wanted to have teachers involved as well. So I guess that's voted on, and we'll figure out how to get that going as far as in the bylaws moving forward. Okay.
You guys very much. I think that's really gonna help this by having the teachers being a part of this, because like I said, it's all about partnership between the school and the parents. So thank you so much, and I'm very excited about how this is gonna go moving forward.
All right. I have a quick survey, if I can find the survey. All right, what I'm just gonna do is I'm going to put it in the chat and you should be able to pull it up. I don't know if you can pull this up. Survey. All right. So I'm gonna tell me if you can access this link.
Put it in the chat?
I put it in the chat, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a direct message. Let me do it to everybody. Sorry about that.
For me, it's saying invalid meeting ID, and it's not opening.
No?
Mine is asking me to sign in.
Yeah, it's not working for me either.
It's asking me to sign in as well. And it's giving me Noah's email address. Because I'm logged into his Google Classroom.
I don't love technology, guys. All right, if I can't get this to work in like a minute, then I'm just gonna figure out a different way to get this to you guys. I think, no. All right, this is a little crazy. All the options are here. All right, so this was basically a survey about the different committees that you would be interested in being a part of, and any ideas that you would want to share with the PA for doing like fundraisers, events, or different ideas that you have. So I'm just gonna really quick, I'm gonna show you guys on the screen the committees. And then if you see one of the committees as part of the PA that you would like to be a part of, you can just email me or something. I don't want to keep you guys on too long. You've been on here long enough. I don't want to keep you from what you're doing too much longer. So yeah. So there are, I mean, there could be as many committees as you guys want, but the main committees that we have right now are the membership committee, which is outreach to parents that aren't really active in the PA, and letting them know that they are actually members of the PA automatically because they have a child in the school, and just kind of outreaching to them to try to get them involved in the meetings and in the membership. You have a fundraising committee, which is basically what it says. You're in charge of doing different fundraisers for the school, raising money for the PA, and bringing in that revenue for the PA to do different events for the school in the future. Event committee, basically volunteering for different events in the school or different PA sponsored events. So there would be like a group of parents that would be in charge of volunteering and running different events and managing different events. Sponsorship committee, that would entail going to outside small businesses and resources and partnering up with them and building relationships and getting them to sponsor events, maybe pay for events or provide like food or resources, equipment, stuff like that, for the school. And that would be something done by the PA. Oh, I'm sorry, PTA. And the nominating committee, that's at the end of the school year when we do elections. There's a group of parents that focus on nominating eligible parents for the following year's executive board. So if you are interested in any of these committees, You can just put it in the chat, I guess, and just let me know, and I'll write your name down, and I'll get this information sorted in some way. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. So, membership committee, fundraising committee, event committee, sponsorship committee, and nominating committee at the end of the year. If you're interested in any of those committees, just because we have you private, just put your name in the committee. Just put like membership or fundraising or event or sponsorship, and I'll sort that information out later. Make sure you put your name though, because I have you everybody's under the private. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Excellent, excellent. I always say this, there's always like, there's not, compared to how many parents are actually in the school, like you guys are like less than 10%, probably like 5%. And it always ends up being like a handful of parents that are very involved in the school and that run everything as far as the PA goes and are involved with the SLT. So I just want to really thank you guys for taking the time to be here tonight and, you know, taking time from your kids, from your spouses, from your families, and, you know, being here to help make this a successful election. So before I let you go, write down your code, your what we change your name to, your child's class number and their last four of their OSIS. That's gonna be a code for them to tell them to give me that code tomorrow. So this way they can redeem 5 dojo points for you guys participating in this. So I'm gonna reward your beautiful children for you guys being wonderful parents.
And remember, those dojo points go towards them being able to attend the first trip on October 27th.
That's gonna be 5 dojo points. That's big.
Hi, I can't see the name
The
at all. The code.
Oh, what's I'll just write yours down. What's your name then?
Cheyenne.
Oh, Cheyenne.
It looks like it's 702-2416.
You know his mom. 702-2416. All right.
31 points already. Somebody sent us 31 points. That's a lot. Wow, that's impressive. It's very impressive. 31 points already. That is very impressive.
All right. So yeah, I'll write all these down. Make sure that you put what committee you're interested in, if you are interested, and give your child this code. This is their code to redeem their 5 dojo points from me. So all you got to do is just see me tomorrow, give me the code, and or just tell me their name, but give me the code, and I'll give them their 5 dojo points for you guys participating.
All right. Can
And they
we
come to the office to come and see you?
They'll probably see me downstairs, they'll see me outside, or they'll walk by the office, or at some point, even in the lunchroom, because I'm with them in the lunchroom, so.
Okay.
So make sure they don't forget to redeem their dojo points from me. Okay, this was not as long as it could have been, but probably longer than we all would like to have been. I appreciate you guys so much. Mr. McGee, thank you. Mr. Morgan, even though he had to get off. Our new executive board members and the parents that participated in the elections today, I appreciate all you guys for your time. Does anybody have any questions?
No questions. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations indeed. Thank you all so much.
All right, so
Congratulations, everyone. This is a great way to start the year for all our kids.
I'm excited.
Good, so are we.
I have a
Thank you,
question.
thank you.
Are the codes the class and the OSIS?
the class, the advisory, like whether it's 605, 604, 603, whatever, and the last four of their OSIS.
All right, so if I have two kids in the 6th grade, are they both gonna get? I only have the one code.
Yeah,
So
so
then I'll just look it up and then
yeah,
give them.
the class, the advisory, and the last four, and just tell them to come to me with the code. So
Okay.
yeah, not a problem. You got more than, if you got 3 kids, it's fine. They can all get.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so everybody have a good night. Thank you. And I'm going to touch base with our 5 executive board members tomorrow. Okay?
Hey, talk to you tomorrow. Have a
Good
good night,
night.
everyone.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everyone.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.